Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. If you are new on this channel, you're very welcome, right? I'm so happy that you're here. If you are a returnee, you are extremely welcome. You're welcome. And really, before I go any further, I just want to show my appreciation. I really am grateful for all the support I'm getting from my subscribers. Thank you so much. It is much appreciated, right? Thank you. For those of you who don't know me, let me introduce myself. I'm Isabelle Delali, and on this channel, I talk about faith. I talk about the Word of God. I talk about a lot of, giving encouragements and giving my own testimonies, testimonies of my family, things that the Lord has done and where the Lord has taken me from. So it's a journey. So I am on a journey, and I am so pleased you are on this journey with me, right? Today, I really want to, give some background to, the bullying and harassment story that I've kind of summarized previously. So I've decided to give, more details, just to say it, tell it as it is. Are you a healthcare worker? Are you a support worker? Are you a care assistant? Are you a dom care worker? Because I've done all of them. I've done domiciliary care. I am a support worker. In addition to all of that, I am a registered, social worker and have been practicing for many years now. I did mention in the past that the main reasons why I decided to take additional job was to support my family, right? So the work I did as a support worker is an additional job. So it's my part-time job to support my family, to ensure that the bills are paid and the needs are met, right? Okay, so bullying and harassment in the healthcare system. Bullying and harassment. Have you ever experienced that? Have you experienced bullying and harassment, discrimination in the workplace? Are you a healthcare worker? Because it's something that I have experienced, and it was very traumatic. Oh my goodness, it was traumatic. The job already, as a carer, as a healthcare assistant, as a support worker, we're working with people, we're working with vulnerable people, and it can be very demanding. It can be really stressful. So bullying and harassment really has no place there. It definitely has no place there. However, it wasn't the case for me. So I work in a supported living setting. So supported living setting whereby it's a home, 6 beds. So each client have their own room, it's en suite. So client have their own room and shower, and everything is en suite. And then we have one large reception area or dining area where a client have breakfast there, lunch, dinner, and there's a big dining table, and they all sit around and eat as anyone would in their own home. And the setting itself is a nice setting for the client who live there. However, there are some issues that need to be dealt with, right? So I'm just gonna, I've actually, because this, it's so long. So I broke it down into, like, you know, the first episode, you know, giving you a background, and then I'll do a second episode another time. But today I just want to focus a bit more on the first, you know, episode to give you a background. So as I said, this is my story. I'm not going to name any name. I'm not going to name the company's name, but a disclaimer, I need to make it clear that, you know, this is nothing to do with, you know, my job as a social worker, because I'm well happy within my you know, field of social work, right? So this is pertaining to supported living, care, healthcare assistant, supported or support worker posts that I have been you know, doing for the last nearly 5 years, right? So in the summer of 2018, I had to take an additional job to support my family, as I've said just now, right? I said to myself, because I was already doing a 9-to-5 job, Monday to Friday, I didn't want a job whereby I'll be, you know, a second job that's going to take all my evening and weekends, because that would not be right. It wouldn't be fair on my children nor my husband. So based on that, I applied for support work. So I said to myself, I'll apply for waking nights, because waking nights, you know, if I do 1 or just 2 nights, then that would actually be very helpful, you know, towards the bills and everything else that we have coming in as a family. Sorry, so I'm looking here because I've actually kind of, you know, summarized that. I don't want to forget the points I'm making, you know, so I've made some notes, right? So if I'm not looking in the camera throughout, it's because I'm looking at some of the notes I've made here. Okay, so as I said, I joined the company 2018 and started working there in that summer. And I've worked with, you know, different colleagues, you know. So when I first started, I worked with somebody else for nearly a year doing the waking night, and then he moved on to another project, and then I worked with somebody else, you know, for nearly a year. You know, she moved on and other people came I worked with, they moved on. So I have been, you know, in this company for a while. So therefore, this person who'd bullied me, you know, is not the first colleague I'm actually, or I've worked with, you know, in this company, right? So this way, so basically I decided to go for waking night. 1 or 2 nights would have been enough. This way I could spend, you know, the weekend, right, with my children and my husband. So I started applying for supported living, care work, and then I got one, right? So I started, and the home had 6 residents. And at the beginning, I was working Friday night only. So I'll only do just 1 night, right? So that's how I started. So during the first year, I did the Friday night with, you know, another colleague. Very nice, you know, there was no issues. Obviously the tasks that we needed to do was, we split that between ourselves, and then we supported the client. So it was really peaceful, it was good, you know, it was good team effort. So let me just give you a little bit, like, you know, on Friday, what do we do? So a typical Friday night shift would include, you know, having a handover. So when you first arrive, the shift started at 9, Yeah, the shift started at 9. So once you arrive, you do your handover. So the people, the staff who were working with the client during the day would give you a background, or it would give you like a handover. So basically, oh, this is what's happened today. You know, this client had this today. Oh, this one had a really good day. We took them out and this and this and this. So yeah, so that's what we call handover. If there's anything important, so at that point, they will tell you. So that particular Friday, you know, you go there just before 9 so that you can do the handover. So we had a handover done. So colleagues from the day shift, you know, they would just finish. So once the handover's done, then the colleagues who were on the shift during the day, then they will go home, and then the night staff like myself would take over. Yeah, so that's how it worked. So, and the night staff, yeah, as I said, would take over. So during the night shift, so night staff, there are 2 staff on shift at night. So we would, you know, work with the clients. So any laundry, any ironing that needed doing. Yes, supporting the clients, really, those who want to have a cup of tea and just kind of chill in the at the lounge and just watch TV. We used to watch things like the client really loved it, you know, watching like a talent show, right? Like, you know, Britain Got Talent, American Got Talent, you know, all the talent show, and cartoons. So we would watch that, and with the residents, then they love talking to you about their day, that what they did today, and you know how the day went for them. So yeah, that Friday night's kind of quite chilled, because obviously, you know, they were looking forward to the weekend, because weekend they do go out and stuff like that. So staff would sit, you know, with the client, make them hot drink, or yeah, hot chocolate is always their favorite, right? And watch, you know, the talent show with them. And then, you know, once yeah, the show is kind of, you know, getting towards the end, you know, you can check with them. Oh, do you want to go to bed now? And if they say yes, then you support them. Excuse me. Apologize. Yeah, I really enjoyed, like, you know, interacting with our clients, you know, chatting to the clients, supporting them doing coloring, because some of them love doing coloring. So they will get like coloring books or paper, and then they'll be doing coloring, and you'll be talking to them, you know, about the day, about the activities. And it was really engaging. I think that's the word, really. Like, you know, the client were really engaged, and not all of them, because some of them could be non-verbal, meaning that they are not able to speak, you know, to communicate with words, right? Okay. So beside that, there are tasks or chores to do, including taking out all the washing from the tumble dryer and doing the ironing, mopping the floor, washing the dishes, right? And often, you know, and cleaning the place. So cleaning the entrance hall, cleaning the kitchen, cleaning, you know, all around, and just ensuring that everything is clean and there's no dust and tidy, right? Okay. So often around 9:30, 10 o'clock-ish, most of the time 10 o'clock, around 10 p.m. So you would ask the resident, the client rather, if, you know, they want to go to bed, and then yeah, you'll support them to bed. Those who needs, you know, using the toilets before before you settle them in bed, then you'll support them to use the toilets. Those of the client who, you know, have continence issues, then they do wear continence pad. So you will check that if it's wet or then you change it, and then, you know, ensure that the client is well comfortable, and then you support them to bed. Of course, you know, there are occasional instances where some of our client will not want to go to bed, you know, at 9:30, 9:45, 10:30, or 10 o'clock. So when it's like that, you know, you engage with them more, and then you just remind them that, hey, if you're going out tomorrow, which is Saturday, then you need some sleep so your body can rest and get enough rest for tomorrow. So, you know, those were the things. And yeah, as I said, I really did enjoy you know, working with our clients. So on those occasions where, you know, the client don't want to go to bed, and then they will stay downstairs a bit more with us whilst, you know, we get on with, you know, some of the chores, still, you know, engaging with them, right? So yeah, I don't want the video to be too long. So this is the first episode, just giving you a background of the setting, a background of what the tasks that, you know, the chores, what the job really entails. And this is it, right? So what I'm going to do tomorrow, I'll move on to the second episode, just to give you a little bit more details about, you know, what exactly, you know, led to this bullying and how the whole thing unfolded. Thank you so much for watching you know, this episode with me, and then I hope to see you here tomorrow, where I'll give you a bit more details, and I'm gradually, because I really want to paint the picture for you, right, so you can see what exactly the headache that it has been. All right, take care.